Hello and welcome. We're going to be simplifying some complex numbers today, radicals today in our complex number unit. As we're looking at this, I'd say, alright, first thing, normally what happens when we see a radical with a negative on the inside, that usually should ring some warning bells, right? But this one, the negative is not an issue. The reason why is your index of 3. An index of 3 implies that you need 3 of the same thing to pull one out. Alright, so normally what happens, right? Let's just forget this for a hot second. If I had square root of negative 4, alright, can you multiply 2 of the same thing to get negative 4? No. Right? If you have 2 times 2 is 4, right? If you try to make one negative, are those the same thing? No, they're not, right? If they're both negative, that's positive 4, that's not negative 4. Right? If they're both positive, you're not getting to negative 4. There's literally no way you can multiply 2 of the same number and get negative 4 back. And that's why complex numbers exist, is because they allow you to take the negative out as an I, right? I square root of 4, so your square root can simplify normally. But when it comes to cube roots, right, now we have a more interesting situation, right? If it's the cube root of negative 8, well, that's 2 and 4. 4 is 2 and 2, right? Which means our cube root of 8 can be broken down of 3 of the same number. 2, 2, and 2. So if it's a negative, would it be alright if we had negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2? Is that negative 8? Yes, it is. And that's why cube roots allow negatives. So that means, as we look at the negative here on our cube root, is not an issue. You shouldn't have any i's inside of the radical. So what this does is essentially you can take the negative out as a negative. So that means that negative times a negative 10, positive 10. And you have cube root of 216. That's it, right? The reason why it can be brought out is that's essentially like a negative 1 times 216, right? Which is negative 1 times negative 1, right? You can just bring out the negative. And that's true for not just cube roots, that's true for all of your odd index radicals. Okay, so now we just simplify 216 as we should. So 6 and 36, okay, is something that multiplies with 216. 36, 6 and 6. And if you want, you can continue breaking this down. But hey, look, don't you already have 3 of the same thing? Yeah, you do. So let's bring a 6 out. It'll multiply to what we already have there, 10 times 6, which is 60. There's your answer. We've used all of the numbers, there's nothing left, we shouldn't have any radical remaining. There you go. Thanks for watching.